welcome back to my channel. It is Taj, aka MahTaj Massage, and this is MahTaj Midas Living. And for today, I wanted to do another reading because I feel like this is going to be a regular occurrence now of me doing a monthly energy update for the collective or anyone who's tuning in. This one is for April 2021. But if you have found this on a completely different timeline, that is completely okay. If you found this video now, whatever timeline that is, this video is for you and there is a reason why you've been guided to this. If you are enjoying my videos and my content, please join the tribe if we vibe, and make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel as well. And also, if you think anyone will benefit from viewing any of my videos, please share too. It's greatly appreciated. So the format is the same as the other readings that I have done. I will aim to pull one card from each deck, and if more comes out, then that's what we will be guided to. And then I will read from the guidebooks, and I will also give my own interpretation of whatever is downloaded within that moment. I'll be using the same cards as before. So we've got the Secret Language of Light. We have got the Crystal Angels Oracle cards. We've got the Modern Witch Tarot deck. And then we have got my Divine Timing cards. Thank you, God, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors for these tools to be able to communicate with you. Please, can you provide us with a card that will give us some guidance on what we need to be looking out for the month ahead? What guidance do we need? What information do we need to know for the collective? Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's thinking, it's thinking. Okay, I'm being drawn to this one here that is sticking out, so we'll go with that card. Thank you, God, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors for these tools to be able to communicate with you and receive guidance from you. Please, can we have a card for the collective to give us some guidance on what we need to know for the month ahead? That card jumped up twice there, so I'm going to go with that one. Thank you, God, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors for all your constant guidance. I'm going to take that one because it's fallen out. Please, can we have some information and guidance for the collective on what we need to know for the month ahead? Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, that one fell, so we're going to go for this card too. So 2 came out of that deck. And for the final deck, thank you, God, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors for all your love, kindness, support, and guidance. Please, could we have a card for some guidance for the month ahead for anyone that is tuning into this, for the collective, something that will resonate and give them guidance for what they need to know for the month ahead, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just thinking about it, thinking about it. Let's have a look. Okay, that one there just pinged out, so I'm going to go with that card. So the first card we have is Insight. And the guidebook says, you are or about to see further, higher, and deeper through space and time. Your psychic skills are expanding and seeing through the lens of your soul. Hone your abilities by reading about or doing a workshop on intuitive development. We are all psychic. It is part of who we are, but we have thrust this ability into the background in favor of other senses. Problems occur when we keep looking at the manifested world for proof of our worth. You are worthy because you are here. There is nothing to prove. You could become an intuitive reader if this is something you desire. It could also mean you are learning to trust who you feel, and the next steps to take will drop into your mind in the following days. Anything else on the next page? No. So for this one, I kind of felt this one personally as well, because over the past year or so, I have been becoming more intuitive and gaining more insights from my higher self. Sometimes thoughts literally come to me from what feels like nowhere, and I'll be completely inspired about something. So for example, me starting this channel, in my human mind, YouTube was never for me, but God or my higher self started pointing me into this direction, and I was like, okay, let me think about it. Is this from God? Like, where is this coming from? So I prayed on it, and then I started to see more signs. And I would say with this, if you were starting to see signs for whatever it is, even if it logically doesn't make sense, if you feel your heart pulling you towards whatever that feeling may be, or an idea or something, or if you feel it deep within your stomach region pulling you towards something, or even pulling you away from something, listen to that feeling, follow your gut, whatever that may be, to walk towards something or walk away from something. Even if it doesn't 100% make sense in your head, follow that feeling, because it is your higher self telling you where to go. And I promise you, your gut, your higher self will never ever steer you wrong, even if you don't immediately see that reason there and then, because your ego likes to analyze things logically. But sometimes you have to go through something that might not make sense in that moment, and then once you've passed through that and have a higher level of understanding of that event or whatever it was that happened in your life, you look back and you think, that's why life took me there. Now it makes sense. So hopefully that resonates. The next card is from the crystal deck, and it is peridot crystal. And the card says, you can break free from recurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. Wow, that pretty much leads on from what I said about this card and following your gut on certain scenarios in your life. But I'm also going to read what it says in the guidebook. And it says, this card is reassurance that the challenges you're experiencing bring you valuable life lessons. Upsetting situations aren't tests. They are experiences that help us learn truths about ourselves and others. If you keep experiencing recurring patterns, the key to breaking free from these negative cycles is understanding the lesson they offer you. For instance, a series of negative relationships could be an opportunity for you to look at your levels of self-esteem. Are you settling for unhealthy relationships because of a feeling that you can't have a healthy partnership? Similar insights can heal negative patterns related to your career, your health, and other areas. Ask God to reveal the underlying lessons within a troubling situation. Be open to seeing the role you may have played in accepting these patterns. The intent is not to blame yourself, but to assume responsibility for your part as a way of empowering you to take charge of the pattern and not allow it to continue, with God's help, of course. So what I'm feeling about this card in particular, as I said, it pretty much directly leads on from this one about following your gut and following your intuition. Sometimes things don't make sense to the ego and to the brain, and then you end up following your head instead of following your heart, and you continue being in these scenarios. So for example, people tend to think about karma in a certain way. So if you do something bad, then you will get bad karma. If you do something good, then you will get good karma. But then sometimes we're in scenarios where bad things happen to good people. And the way I've interpreted this throughout my life and certain experiences I've been through, I've noticed that sometimes we can get bad karma because the universe or God or your higher self is trying to teach you that you need to break away from certain scenarios, which directly links into this card. Sometimes you will jump from bad relationship to bad relationship and wonder why these things are happening to you, because you're putting everything into this relationship. But what life might be teaching you is you should be pouring that into yourself And that's just an example of why certain negative cycles can keep repeating themselves, because you haven't quite learnt that lesson. So maybe life is leading you in a certain way and your head is telling you to go one way, but your heart and your intuition is telling you to go another way, but you're scared of listening to your intuition because logically it doesn't make sense. And as I mentioned before, follow your heart, follow your gut, follow those feelings. And if you're not sure, pray on it and pray for signs. But when you pray for those signs, don't ignore those signs, because we can tend to be in a place where we'll say, okay, God, I'm going through XYZ. If this is for me, or if this isn't for me, send me a sign. And then you will get the clearest sign. And then the ego's like, no, that's not the sign. That's not the real sign, and ignore it. And that's when you can end up in those karmic cycles that you're trying to break away from. But because you're listening to your ego and not your heart, you end up following these repeated patterns. Okay, and the next two cards are from the tarot deck. And we have got the Page of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Wands are fire energy and Pentacles are earth energy. All right, let's check the meaning of these, and then I'll also bring my own insights into it. So we'll go with the Page of Wands first, which says, the page is always bursting with new ideas, new things to do, new things to learn and study. She wants it all, but doesn't quite yet have the maturity to focus on following through with her fleeting passions. Everything is possible and it's exciting. If the page is you, you're in an experimental stage. So try everything and follow your whims. Eventually, you'll find something that clicks. Wow. See that about following your whims or following your heart, following your intuition? This again directly leads on from the other two cards that came out. See, the cards never lie. What comes out of the decks is the message that you're meant to receive. So again, this is in regards to the battle between your heart and your head. Continue to follow your heart and try out these new things, even if they don't make sense to your mind or to your ego. Push through and follow through with what you're feeling, because what you feel is real, and your mind eventually will level out and stop battling you so much between the heart and head. The more you focus on your heart, pray on things, and just be still and focus on those answers. Don't try to find the answers, but the answers will come to you, and try not to put too much pressure on yourself, as we are human as well as spiritual beings. So sometimes there is that battle between the two. And then the King of Pentacles. So as I said, Pentacles is earth energy. So that tends to be related to things like money, work, finances, those kind of things. So let's see what the card says. The King has all they've ever wished and fought for, and all their material dreams have come to fruition. Though they have so much, they are not miserly, but instead trusting and extremely generous. They love to see others succeed as they have, and will definitely be willing to lend a helping hand if needed. If you are the king, don't be stingy with your time and money. Donate your skills, wisdom, and possibly money. You'll feel truly fulfilled after spending the time to help others. So with this one, the feeling I am getting from this card is that you are in a place where you feel quite stable, and you feel as if you could be doing more for others. So what I mean in that sense is, you might be thinking, how can you use your stability and what you've learned on this journey so far in life to help and guide others? And that can be in any way, shape or form. You don't have to be a professional in something. You can just teach from your own experiences. So this might not be material wealth that you have or material stability. It could be spiritual stability, or it could be in the material world. But whatever it is, share that wisdom with others. Don't force it on others. But if someone comes to you for advice, speak from the heart, speak from your place of knowledge, and you really can't go wrong. And the final card is from the Divine Timing deck. And I just spoke about stability, and it says stability ahead, and also the number 12, which is crazy. So for you, this could be anything relating to the 12th of the month. It could mean 12 months time. It could be 12 weeks time. Take whatever resonates, but at the same time, don't completely focus on the number or on the dates, as everything does happen, as the cards say, in divine timing. But it does mean that stability is coming your way. So in regards to these cards, with the battling between your head and your heart, or your higher self, intuition, and the ego, stability is coming. So continue to pray on that, continue to ask for guidance, and you will be led to a place of stability where you can help others on their journey as well, whether that be in a small way by just helping a friend, or on a grand scale, whether it be something like on a social media platform. Stability is coming. There may be some turmoil, some ups and downs within this journey, which there always is, because that is just how life goes. But stability is coming, and it will get to a point where the main energy around you will be stability. I hope you found this reading useful. I hope it resonates. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you again for tuning in.